Welcome to Week Gen C.
Focused on young adults in the Northwest.
And their careers in a post-pandemic world. What do you need to get that dream job?
We get the know-how, the tips and the tricks from local employers.
Helping you get to where you want to be in your chosen career.
So how's it going, Leanne? Thanks for coming and chatting with us.
Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a bit about your role in the career services?
Yes, so I'm a careers advisor. I'm employed by the Department for Economy. And myself and my colleagues, we work throughout Northern Ireland. So I'm based in our dairy office, which is in Orchard House. And I work with all ages. We're an all age guidance service. A lot of my work is in school. So I do work with year 10 right through to year 14. A lot of it focusing on the year 12 groups, so making decisions about what they're going to do next. And I also work with adults, maybe changing career or going back into work after having a time off or coming out of university. Just depends on what their needs are. So helping people make decisions about their career and their research and getting jobs and a whole wide variety of things. So.
Cool. How do you think young people have been negatively affected by COVID in terms of their careers?
Well, hopefully it won't have too negative an impact. Obviously, with businesses being closed and things like that, it has had an impact. But hopefully now with things reopening, we will eventually get back to normal. And for young people, it has been difficult for a variety of reasons. Obviously, being in lockdown, it's affected people's mental health and things like that. So we have to just try and remain positive and hope that the opening up of businesses again and things like that will open up new opportunities for young people and hope that it hasn't had too negative an impact. Obviously school and things like that, there will be an impact. For some people, they wanted to set exams and things like that, but we just have to hope that all goes to plan for people and remember that if they do need help, if things aren't working out, that there are people there to help them, such as us, the career service and teachers and things like that. So reach out.
What is the most rewarding part of your job and what's the most challenging?
So probably for me, the reason I entered the career service to be a careers advisor was to help people. So for me, the most rewarding is when I do help people. Sometimes I don't know if I've helped people, and when I get feedback, that's how I know. So getting positive feedback that I have made an impact and made a difference. So for me, it's just knowing I've made a difference. And yeah, challenges, it probably is. It can be, it's a very competitive labor market out there, and trying to move people into that labor market can be hard, and it certainly has its challenges. A lot of people face barriers, and it's overcoming those barriers, and you just don't know what you're going to be faced with the next client who comes through the door. But that's also what makes my job interesting, and that is, something that I'm skilled in, is helping people overcome barriers. So. Yeah.
What's some of the things that young people should focus on in terms of their CV to make it stand out?
Well, because there is so much competition out there for jobs, it is really important that you spend a lot of time, on your CV, and trying to improve the content, layout, things like that, but also the things that you're doing, that you're putting on your CV. Tailoring every CV that you submit to a job to the actual job. So reading the job description.
Be specific to that job.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to tailor it. You have to spend time, really think about yourself and matching your skills to it, reading over it, getting somebody else to read over it. You might even not put on something that you think's not important, that somebody else might say, "Oh, you have done this in the past," or you could tell them about that. Not too long either. Employers don't want to read really long CV. So what you have on it, concise information, make it readable, and engaging, make the employer want to find out more about you, and hopefully get you to that next stage where you would hopefully get an interview and you get to tell them more about all the things that you've been doing. But it's really important, I suppose, to to have the stuff to put on the CV. So your qualifications, the things you've been doing in college or school or wherever you are, work experience, voluntary work, even charity work, hobbies, things like that. You need to be out there getting involved in those kind of things to put it on your CV, to have it.
What would you think the maximum, say, let's say, pages would be for a CV, and like, would there be too much?
Well, we always say a maximum of 2 pages. Employers won't want to read anymore because they get so many CVs. Some people do find it difficult, especially if they've had numerous jobs. And I would say if you're struggling to cut it down, you probably need help. So again, to contact somebody like ourselves where we can help you look at that job description, decide which points are most relevant, how you could cut it down, but still keep all the really good stuff in. And sometimes even the format, sometimes people are wasting space and not laying it out properly. And we can help you with that. Or there's lots of information online on our website, the career service website. We have a template that you can use. So there's lots of help out there, and it's just using that and trying to keep it to the 2 pages if possible.
Cheers. And how important are online social profiles now for young people trying to find a job?
So most young people have an online presence of some description. And to me, in the job market, I would promote, when I'm interviewing a young person, I see jobs advertised online. So I would promote using social media for your job search as a really powerful recruitment tool. Liking company pages so you see opportunities advertised. Many employers advertise now on social media and things like that. So it's good to have a presence. There's professional websites for people to network, such as like LinkedIn and things like that, as well as your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So there's lots out there for you to get involved in recruitment and networking. But it's making sure, I suppose, that everything you've got online is positive and there's nothing on there from the weekend that you don't want the employer seeing. So privacy settings, things like that's really important, or just don't put it on. And if you don't want somebody else to see it and view it negatively, just keep it off Facebook or whatever you're using. But it's also the LinkedIn that I mentioned there. It's a great way to network, and there might not be a current vacancy, but if you get in touch with people in the industry you're hoping to work in, it can help you progress maybe when opportunities do arise.
And talking about keeping things with privacy or whatever, suppose I would say 99% of employers would do a background check on the person they've just interviewed.
I think so. I think, and that's something we would say as well. Put your name into Google just to see what does come up. I would assume if I was looking for a job, I would just assume they are going to look me up.
For this.
So, yeah, they might, the odd one might not, but I think most, if they're going to interview you, they probably will do a search on you online. So keep what you have on there positive. Tell them things that you want them to know about your education, about your employment history, things like that.
What inspired you to go into the career that you're in presently?
So for me, I've had a few jobs. I left school and I went into the travel industry. I worked as a travel agent for a few years, and then I was studying part-time at night class to do my degree. So when I graduated, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to help people. I had a bit of an interest in education, sort of working with that age group, secondary school age group. And just then I spent time doing my research and trying to learn about the jobs that are out there, and came across careers guidance and just felt that ticked everything I was looking for. And um, I guess as I said previously, about helping people, and I enjoy that. I do get a variety of work. It's not all young people. I get to work with adults as well. And
If you were an employer, what would be the 3 key traits or skills that you would look for in a candidate?
employers, they're all going to be different, and that's important. So you don't know what one employer would think another may not. But for me, if it was me as an employer, one of the key things would be somebody who's trustworthy, that you can rely on them to turn up for work and be honest and hardworking and things like that. Also, a positive attitude, a can do. You might not be able to do everything, but you're willing to learn and you've got that enthusiasm. And probably somebody who's showing commitment as well. If you start your course, for example, if you're in education, that you've seen it through and tried your best. And if I'm going to invest in an employee and train them up, I want somebody who's going to stay with me and see it through, give it a good chance. Because sometimes you do go into jobs and it's not for you, but they're going to give it their best shot. And those are things we'd talk about, like transferable skills that really you could apply to any sector.
Well, cheers, Leanne. Thanks for coming and chatting with us. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much. It was great to meet you, and good luck with your careers research and planning.
I appreciate it.
If you do need to speak to a careers advisor, anybody watching this, you can contact the Northern Ireland Career Service via our website. So it's www.nidirect.gov.uk/careers, and you'll get all our contact details on there. There's a web chat facility where you can speak live to your careers advisor, or you can send us an email. So if you need any help, please don't hesitate to get in touch.
Thanks so much, Leanne. It's brilliant. Cheers.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers.